Hi everyone, Phil from Tech for Techs here. Today we're going to be looking at this headset from Edifier. It's the Hecate GX headset, and what makes it different is, well, it can be connected up to your PC, smartphone and so forth with 3 different ways. It can use a traditional USB Type-A connection, a USB Type-C, or a 3.5mm jack. So you've got all these different options. And if you didn't know, Hecate basically stands for a Greek goddess. So we're going to see if it actually, well, is godly or not. So we're going to have a look to see what it's like in a few minutes. So if you're interested in purchasing, make sure you click the links just below. You'll also get the latest prices down there as well. Before we go on to the main video, if you would do us a favour, click that like button, subscribe, click the bell as well. And that way you'll get notifications of new videos and live streams we do. Again, doing all these things helps support the channel, and helping to support the channel allows us to release more videos, better quality videos, and more content exclusively just for you. Okay, so we're looking at the Edifier Hecate GX headset, which is a high-fidelity gaming headset. What makes this unique is it's got 3 types of connections on there, so you can connect it to multiple things, including USB Type-C, standard USB, as well as 3.5mm, which gives it, well, lots of different options. The only thing it doesn't have is Bluetooth by the looks of it, which is pretty good. It's also RGB, got high-res audio, and so forth. On the side, it tells you a bit more information about all the buttons and so forth. We'll go into depth with that in a few minutes. On the back, it gives you a lot of information. It's mainly multilingual on the back there, but you can see those 3 connections there. So it gives you a rough idea how you can connect it up to, obviously, your PC, laptop, smart device, whatever it may be. And then on this side, it gives you a few more specifications, but again, it's multilingual, so lots of different options on there. Okay, the Greek goddess Hecate would not be pleased with the packaging in this box. So first of all, we've got a big piece of non-reusable plastic there. The manual came in a plastic bag. Why? And then you've got a box inside the box. It seems like a waste of packaging to me, waste environment, waste of money as well. Do something about the plastic, especially the plastic, and why you need plastic around a manual, God knows. Don't get me wrong, it's not the worst we've seen, but it could be a lot better. And then on top of that, on the bottom of the headset, you've also got more plastic to protect it underneath there as well. So there's a lot of plastic, considering it's inside this plastic, inside a box, do you really need little bits of plastic on the bottom to protect it? And you've also got another box with the cables come in as well. But at least the cables themselves weren't in plastic. Anyway, enough of me moaning and groaning. So let's move on to what we've got in here. We've got a card, which, again, more wastage if you ask me. What's basically saying is something wrong, do you like what you hear and so forth. A load of rubbish. You've also got, there's actually 2 here. So you've actually got a manual, which is this one here, so that'll actually tell you how to use it. I'm guessing this is going to be multilingual, so one page English, and then it goes to French, Spanish. So yeah, one page in English. Guys, QR code. We're in 2022 nearly. Use a QR code. Everyone, if they're using a headset like this, is going to have a smart device to be able to scan the QR code, and if you're worried that they haven't, put a web address on it so people can easily get there. You don't need that. Warnings, I'm not too sure if legally they have to put one of those in or not, but again, this is a warning what tells you to read the manual, as well as warnings about all this electrical safety things which no one ever reads. On top of that, you've got the 3 lots of cables. So you've got your 3.5mm jack. This is a nice braided cable. You have got a USB Type-C to a USB Type-C connector as well. That's for usually more smart devices, and maybe 1 or 2 new PCs and laptops use USB Type-C, which is good. That cable's not braided. Bit of a strange one is, one isn't. And then we've got a standard USB-C to a standard USB, it looks like USB Type 2 connection, which is a Type A connector on the end. And again, that is not braided, so I'm not sure why one is, the others aren't. Not too sure. So let's go on to the headset itself and have a look at those. Okay, first of all, before we look at the headset itself, the cables, there are 3 cables. The audio cable, or the 3.5mm auxiliary cable, whatever you want to call it, is basically 1.2 meters long, which, okay, sounds all right. And then you've got the USB Type-C cable is 1.3 meters long. Okay, it's a little bit bigger, it's a bit better. But the USB cable, the standard A-fitting connection, is 2 meters long. Why are they all different sizes? Doesn't make sense to me, unless for some reason they decided because you're using 3.5mm jack, you're using it on a smart device, which means it's in your pocket, you don't need it as long. And if you're using USB, it needs to be longer because it needs to plug in the back of your PC. Not sure if that's the theory or not, but it's either that or someone just decided, oh, let's just pick 3 random cables we've got in the warehouse and stick them in a box. But otherwise, you have got cables, but they are anywhere between 1.2 and 2 meters long. Let's have a look at the headset itself. As you can see, Anne has got the headset on. This is Anne, if you've not met Anne before. She likes a little bit too much to drink. So when she's drunk, well, obviously a bit too much, she likes to know which way the headset goes on. So luckily, inside the headset, it does say L and R, so she knows which way she can put the headset on. So that's always good for her because she does like her vodkas. Right, on the side of the headset, so this bit here is RGB. I'm not sure how the lighting changes. It's probably an automatic thing where it just changes, but we'll double check to make sure there's no software or anything special for it. And I'm guessing that will only work if you've got the USB cables plugged in, because usually there's no power goes through the 3.5mm jack, so that means the LED lights won't be able to turn on. So that means generally, I would have thought you'd have to have the USB connected for the RGB effects to work. Also on the side, you have got the volume there. It's just a roller, which up and down, it just constantly keeps going round. So it's either up or down. It's pretty straightforward. It does extend here, same on the other side. So it can fit a bigger head like mine. If it's my head, absolutely fine. And Anne's got a small head and it fits her perfect as well. So that's absolutely brilliant. Also on the sides, well, not on the sides, but over your ears, you've got these big cups. These are very soft cups, so that's pretty good. Now, one thing you could probably go in, hey up, this comes with a microphone. Where is the microphone? Well, the microphone is actually hiding. It's just here. So you just pull it out when you want to use it, which I think is pretty clever, to be honest with you, because normally you have to detach them or push them to one side and so forth. Well, this you can just basically push in or pull out if you want to use it or not, which I think is a bonus. I'm not too sure if that turns the microphone off when it's pushed all the way in. I would have thought so, but we'll check that in a few minutes. The other side of the headset is basically exactly the same. There's not much to see. The only thing to note with the ear cups themselves, they do sort of pan in and out like that, but they don't rotate. So if you've got, I don't know, a wonky head for whatever reason, then you need to rotate them. You can't. But then again, the ear cups are quite big and soft, so that should fix that issue anyway, to be honest with you. So let's have a closer look at them. Okay, so on the right cup, which is this side, at the back, you've got 2 buttons here. The button at the top, which is that one there, changes it between music and game mode, so you just press it to switch. You do have an RGB light button there, so you can actually change the lighting effect by pressing that button there. It might not be the clearest to see on the video because it's a black button on a black background, but it is there. On this side here, you've got where you can plug in your 3.5mm jack or your USB Type-C cable or the standard USB cable, because even the standard one comes with a C connection, what plugs in there. Now, just on the side here, you do have a button there. That's for turning the microphone on and off. So you have got that button there as well, which apparently does light up, I think, as well. We'll look at that closely in a second. But otherwise, you've got the volume up and down there. And then, as I said, on the other side, you've got that microphone, which will pop out there as well. Okay, as you can see here, we've got it plugged in, and you can see the RGB lights are working. You can turn or change the setting with the button on the side, which is good. You've got a rotating, obviously, color mode there. Some people, it's not really what you call a rainbow one, where it's multicolored in one, but it basically changes from one color to the next. And if you want to change that, you just basically press the button on the back of the right earpiece, and it changes between different colors. You can see you've got blue fading in and out. And then you've got the red, does the same thing, green, purple. Then it goes back to blue and it stays solid blue. And the same with the red, green, purple, and then it goes back to that multicolour changing effect. We will notice the microphone colour as well. Obviously, it matches the earphones, which is good. But I'm not a fan of the lights on microphones. I can sometimes see them in the corner of my eye. So when we're testing this on in a bit, we'll let you know if it gets in the way, or you get a reflection on your screen if you've got a really glossy screen, which can be a bit of a pain. Now, you can turn that off by pressing the button on the side, which does turn the light off. But I'm not sure if that button actually just disables the microphone or enables the ANC mode, which does say ANC on the button. So I'm guessing it doesn't actually disable the microphone, but we'll check that when we do the sound recordings in a few minutes. You can push, obviously, the microphone all the way in, but if it's pushed all the way in, it is still lit up while it is pushed inside. Okay, for the rest of this review, I'm using the microphone built into the headset. I've got the microphone directly in front of my mouth, so you can hear exactly what it sounds like. From testing, I have found that the microphone seems to be, unfortunately, very quiet, and I'm going to have to boost the sound so you can actually hear the rest of the review. I've got the sound settings on the PC completely on full for the microphone, all the way 100%, and it still sounds very, very quiet. I tested it on another device and it was exactly the same, unfortunately. So for the rest of this review, you're going to see the sound quality, or the sound volume, basically increased by an extra 10 decibels. Okay, I've now increased the decibels by 10 levels. That's through my Premiere Pro program, what I'm using to edit this with. But the actual, obviously, microphone you could hear before, the maximum volume it would go, which is a shame, really, because it is very, very quiet. So if you're using something like Discord, everyone's going to have to boost the volume to be able to hear you properly. But that's the only negative we've got, really. The headset itself is very comfortable to wear. I've been listening to a lot of music on it, some audio for like podcasts and videos and stuff like that, and the sound quality is absolutely brilliant. Some of the best headset sound I've come across, especially for this price range. It's very good. Obviously, you've got those nice looks with the RGB, but it's totally let down by the microphone, which is a real shame. So it's good headset if you are listening to using it to listen to stuff, but if you need to use it for voice calls or playing games where you need the voice, people are probably going to struggle hearing you at the other end. Otherwise, good headset, but let down by that microphone. Thank you for watching this video, everyone. It's really appreciated you made it all the way to the end. Please make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and even click that bell so you get notifications of new videos and live streams. It does help support the channel, and supporting the channel basically means that we can release more content for you, and also better quality content going forward. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.